A change in employment relations legislation of paid parental leave within New Zealand. The history of paid parental leave within New Zealand has changed and developed a multitude of times between 1946 up until today, 2018. Paid parental leave is a taxpayer-funded scheme for New Zealanders. In 1946, maternity leave was introduced into the public service sector of New Zealand. In 1980, maternity leave and the Employment Protection Act entitled both private and public sectors maternity leave. In 1987, Parental Leave and Employment Protection Act gave men the rights to paid parental leave and reduced the eligibility requirements for the act. In 1999, a parental tax credit was announced in the budget. In 2002 and 2014, Parental Leave and Employment Protection Amendment Act was announced, entitling mothers eligible under the Job Protection Act to 12 weeks of paid maternity leave. In 2005, eligible parents under the Employment Protection Act were now entitled to 14 weeks of maternity leave. Out with the old and in with the new, the reasoning behind the new policy changes to the paid parental leave. The reasoning behind the extension of paid parental leave largely stems from the controversy of increasing the leave to 26 weeks in July 2020. The National League government in 2016 originally declined the bill. However, new Labour-led government Jacinda Ardern stated the need for the change in the bill. It is estimated to cost the Labour government $325 million over a 4-year period to enforce this new legislation. So why do we need an extension to 26 weeks of paid parental leave? The bill changes allow parents to spend an extra 4 weeks with their newborn child, allowing a timely transition into daycare or caring services, an increase in the hours for keeping in touch days. Keeping in touch days are for parents on paid parental leave to be allowed to work for a matter of time while still on paid leave. This time previously was 52 hours during the 22-week duration of paid parental leave. With the new bill, it has been increased to up to 64 hours in the year 2020 without losing their paid entitlement for parental leave. This aids in parents returning to work life as it creates an ease for both the employer and employee to get a grasp on the workings before returning to full-time work. It also allows the employee to remain connected with their work and employer to maintain that working relationship. For employee satisfaction, loyalty, and a strong work ethic to remain amongst employees, there is a need for paid parental leave to increase. Despite the majority of the New Zealand Parliament voting towards the increase in 2016, the National League government vetoed the change. Some of the benefits of the increase in the paid parental leave, as highlighted by Plunkett, are that the first 6 months of a child's life is crucial for their development and well-being. It is also recognised globally as providing benefits to tamariki, whānau and communities, while also improving mental and physical health for New Zealand mothers, and an increased length in breastfeeding resulting in higher immunisation rates. The implications of the increase in paid parental leave has an influence around employment relations through a common implication known globally and within New Zealand of gender bias. This stems from traditional culture values of having men as the breadwinners of the family, while the female stays at home and cares for the household and children. This implication in turn reinforces the issue of the gender pay gap between males and females. As traditionally males are a higher wage earner than women, it is more logical for a woman to take paid parental leave, thus encouraging the gender inequality more. From the increase in paid parental leave hours will benefit the full range of primary carers currently eligible for parental leave payments by providing increasing support for working parents with newborns and families. Also through direct financial benefits for households, extending paid parental leave has a range of outcomes in terms of child development and fostering parent-infant attachment. The newly elected Labour-led government of 2018 has set changes that will extend paid parental leave from 18 weeks to 22 weeks. Plunkett and families see this as a celebration and a means to an end that more families can provide the needs of their child or children in the early stages of life. It is also vital that we do encourage parents to be more involved in the growth, development and health of their children. When mothers are more attentive to the needs of their newborn children, like breastfeeding, immune system rates will increase. Improving immune system rates is a sign that yes, extending paid parental leave is working and a positive force for children and their well-being. This is a clarification that by extending this paid parental leave, it is having a positive outcome on parents and their families and the wider community. In addition, extending paid parental leave will have an impact on change within society, businesses, and the community. Overall, the change and additions to the Paid Parental Leave Amendment Act benefits society from the bottom level up to the top, being businesses. The health and well-being of New Zealand society and culture is heavily reliant on family values and a working culture, and to have a sense of harmony between the two allows employers and employees to work together towards personal and institutional goals. The changes to this legislation with the New Zealand working law opens up potential to readdress other pressing employment relation issues mentioned previously of gender bias and gender inequality.